Go right there. Welcome everybody to the first episode of February. Wow, is it a little loud? I think the music might be a little loud. Let me just make sure. Feels like it is, just a little bit. There we go. Turn down a little bit more. I forgot about this, so I can see chat. I was working on one of the technical issues that we had last time, which is making sure that if the PC posts, we can actually see it. So getting that squared away. There we go. How we doing? 740 people here already, which is awesome. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. 215 hanging out on Twitch, 315 on YouTube, and 206 over at twitch.tv/newegg. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm gonna clean my glasses. I got where is my glass cleaner? There is not one up here. Oh, there it is. Need to clean my glasses. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Robeytech. I'm gonna go ahead and hit record here. Then get in there and get things started. All the records are happening. There we go. Okay, we are live. What is up? Happy Monday, everybody. Happy February. January is over. I think people are already starting to talk about getting to the end of 2021 with all the craziness going on here. But every day that goes by is maybe an opportunity for us to deal with this GPU and CPU shortage and get a little closer to having that done. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Justin Roby. I'm the host of Robeytech. Robeytech is a show dedicated to PC building, tech news, tech deals, and so much more. Guys, it is going to be an awesome day. For those of you who don't know, this show happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And it goes till 8:39 pretty regularly. So it's about 3 to 3.5 hour show. Sorry, 3 to 4 hour show, which is always super good. We are starting a new series today, and the hope is to do this as frequently as I possibly can. But this new series is called New Case Monday. So trying to get away from just doing nothing but commission builds on live streams and actually starting to show off some cases again. We've got new cases from Lee & Lee. We've got right here, we've got the Corsair 5000D from Corsair. We've got some new stuff from Monotech, some new stuff from a bunch of some other companies that we haven't heard of from before. So we're gonna be trying to do builds and new cases so you guys get an idea and maybe see some of these new cases as they come in there, and so the hope is to do these a little bit more at a weekly basis, so you have some differentiation between just doing commission builds, but also getting builds in and learning about things that you guys may not have seen before. So a lot of fun. These are going to be builds that we're putting together. They're not for anybody. They're really just so we can show you the case, talk about it, you guys can see it, and make an informed decision on whether it's something you want to purchase or something like that. So that is a new series. We're starting today, kicking it off with February, all part of the Robeytech 2.0 initiative as we start to improve our content and all that stuff. The other thing you may have noticed is down, if you're looking specifically at YouTube, down in the description below, our links have started to change. You're starting to see those robeytech.co links. All of our branding and stuff is starting to infiltrate throughout the entire stream, and it's just starting to become more kind of, I don't know, cohesive all up as we try to improve the overall process and quality of our streams moving forward, as well as our videos. Just so you guys know, another part of this has been consistency with content. So we have a stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have videos coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we have videos lined up for you guys this week. Tomorrow, we're actually releasing that re-release and video edit of that speed build we did about sometime in late December. So we're gonna have some of that show up. And then we have some new bumpers for YouTube and Twitch coming out. So lots of new content as we continue to improve. We're getting ready for our 3060 reviews. We're also going to be doing a full case review on the 5000D. We've also got Rocket Lake and all those other things coming up as well. I also want to give you guys a heads up that Monday we're going to be having another Mod Monday. I'm heading down to LA this week, so there is no stream on Friday. I'm on vacation, but Monday I'm back. We're going to be streaming from LA, streaming with a pretty cool individual. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about him on Wednesday, but that should be a lot of fun, something a little bit different, and we're going to be doing that down from LA. So stay tuned. I'll give you guys all the details as I know more and as I get filled in. So it should be good. New sub-only giveaway for the month of February. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about giveaways in February, and I'll start at the top and then we'll go through the usual things. First and foremost, February 14th, the plan is to have the Carter PC giveaway go live as a Valentine's Day gift to you from myself and Carter. So the Carter PC giveaway will be going live on Valentine's Day. Also, the sub-only giveaway for the month of February is a CPU. We're giving away a 5800X, a 3080, and an X570 motherboard. So we're going all out this time. You basically get probably the two most difficult parts to build a new PC. We're going to be giving those out as a sub-only giveaway for the month of February. So happy Valentine's Day. It's a big Valentine's Day to you, showing you guys love and all that sort of stuff. So trying to basically make sure that we make it a little bit special for you guys as well. How do you get in on the sub-only giveaways? Well, you can check out all the rules and regulations over on Discord. But if you want to get in on that, all you got to do, if you're over at twitch.tv/Newegg or youtube.com/Robeytech, head on over to twitch.tv/Robeytech. Use your free Amazon Prime sub. You might actually end up winning all the hard parts for a PC just with that free Prime subscription. And then also you can get extra entries by gifting subs, like so many have already done, as we're at 57 subs, or by subscribing to tier 2, tier 3. That actually gets you a ton of extra subs, and then finally subscribing for multiple months. As long as you are subscribed during the month of February, you are basically good to go. Now, I did want to let you guys know, because it is February 1st, remember, I told you guys no international post this point. I know we have a lot of international people. We are working on Canada. We're going to go ahead and allow Canada for everything, because Canada we can basically work through. It's just everybody else. So it's just basically North America all up is going to be able to get in on that. So that's North America, Canada, and Mexico. Unfortunately, Europe, we're still working on you. So that's the only change there. Yeah. I think that is, oh, and let's talk about just the normal giveaways. So normal giveaways, if we get to, we have two 250 gig NVMe drives we always give away during every stream. The first one is, if we get 800 likes on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube video, once we hit 800 likes, we give away a 250 gig NVMe. If we get two tier 5 hype trains, we get two tier 5 hype trains, then we also give away a 250 gig NVMe. We've already gotten one. We're on our way to our second one. That'll happen in about 2 hours. And finally, the last giveaway is down there at the bottom. It's a $50 Newegg gift card. One of the things you guys will see here pretty soon is, and I'll have it pop out every once in a while. It won't happen today, but sometime starting next week, is all the different tiers. So when we get to 50, it becomes a $50 Newegg gift card. If we get to 100, it becomes a $100 Newegg gift card. If we get to 150, it becomes a $150 Newegg gift card. If we get to 300, it becomes a 5600X. If we get to 450, it becomes a 3060 Ti. If we get to 550, it becomes a 5800X. If we get to 700, then it becomes a 3070, and it goes so on and so forth. So we're gonna have those tiers going up there. It's gonna talk all about that, so you'll up them, so that way you guys can see those happen throughout. But right now, we're usually getting between a $150 Newegg gift card and basically a 5600X on a pretty consistent basis. So lots of things as we basically go. The more subs we get, the better the builds, the better the giveaways get, is kind of how it goes. So it gets pretty crazy from there. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. One thing we haven't talked about in a while, and I want to make sure that we go through this today, because they're a primary sponsor. We have an interesting thing that I am checking up on, though, but they are a primary sponsor of the channel, and that is the fine folks over at CDK Deals. And so we actually had a user who was basically who had some questions come up, and so I've got these things out to them. We're trying to connect. We've been having issues with the screen here. Okay, hopefully it's come up now. Okay, there it is. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. One of the things is that tech tubers in general, this is something that pops up quite a bit. Oh, you guys can see all that. Okay, one of the things that kind of pops up quite a bit is talking specifically about very expensive CD keys. And as tech tubers, we actually get quite a bit of these companies that reach out to us about actually providing cheap CD keys, specifically around Windows. Now, one of the things that I did have specifically with these guys, it took me almost 5 months for me to actually accept my sponsorship from these, because I wanted them to show me that they're selling legitimate keys, that they weren't breaking Windows terms of services and all that other stuff. And we went through a bunch of hoops to verify that these are legit CD keys from Windows. Now, we've had a couple of people we have a ton of people here in the channel who have purchased from this and have not had issues with these CD keys. But I do want to let you know there are a lot of shady sites out there that do stuff like this that can provide illegitimate services. This one is supposed to be one, and I have verified as much as I can that we do not have this issue here. So I want to show you just real quick if we do Windows 10 OEM International, and we'll wait for it to pop in here. I'm just going to do Windows 10 OEM. Hold on. So there it is right there. So here's Windows 10 OEM key. Usually it's $292.24. And here, this is for 2 PCs. It's actually $29.35. And the thing that's so crazy about this is like, well, Roby, how do they do this? Well, basically they buy them at OEM prices. They are a reseller and they're able to get keys at ridiculous prices. And then those resells are done through you. They are legitimate keys and you can purchase them. And one of the things that's really crazy is if we go to my shopping cart, right now, I'm going to delete this one. And if I go back and I hit buy now, so it's going to load from here. Now check this out. If you use the code RB20 and hit apply, not RB21, you hit apply. Now you can see that it drops it by another 20%, and then now that key is $23.48. Now you're asking, hey, Roby, this is pretty weird. Is this actually legitimate? Like going from here, if I purchase that key, here you can see right here in my purchase orders, you can actually see that I have purchased and used OEM global keys and not had any issue whatsoever. So again, if you want to basically get some information on that, here's a really good place to basically get inexpensive Windows keys, save yourself about anywhere between 180 bucks. Depending on which ones that you get, and these keys have worked. So if you have questions, again, we have many people who are here within the channel who've used this a number of times. And so I have done as much homework as I possibly can to verify that this is okay, that these guys are not doing anything going anywhere else as well. So anyway, that is CD keys. We're checking out. The stuff is going through there in the deal stuff right now. So if you want to check those out, they're there, and the information is there. So that is what is happening. Any questions? Anything else going for there? I know a lot of people are going for there and go for that. So I can only see part the screen. Okay, I'll get that fixed for the next one. Yeah, we remember, guys, we're in a new studio. Things have gotten better. We've been working through the little bugs, but so far things have been really great. So going from there as well. So what else is going on? I'm just checking out what's going on there. I think we'll go ahead and do the dad joke here in a minute, and go from there. Oh, I appreciate it, bacon wrapped sack. That's crazy. Try it first and then Calvin. So if you have fraud protection, you will get a call. Okay, cool. That's good to know, Dresden. Back, going from there. Yeah, so do you have Windows on? Do you install Windows in commission builds? That someone was asking, button 240. So what I do on commission builds is, yes, I install Windows. They are not activated. Basically, I install them and I leave them up to the user to basically do, to get the keys and stuff like that. So yeah, while stick is fully charged, that's another question. Yes, it is. Do you do case swaps? I have done that for a couple people, but it's usually not cost, it's not cost effective. Again, we don't want to, again, most of the stuff that people want, when people ask the work that I do for people and for channels and stuff like that, is really honestly about what is most interesting to you guys as the viewer. So number one, I want to give a huge shout out to my team who put together the stuff for the pink build. So we are going to be doing the pink build coming up pretty soon for Valentine's Day. So that should be super cool. Super Naru, thank you very much for those 5 gifted subs. We're going to be doing that for February 14th, as well as announcing the giveaway for giveaways for the Carter PC, which would be good. Let's see what else is going on. Looking at any other questions, and then we'll go from your, can you use a CD kit? That Matt, when you're working, yes. So the plan is, I can officially say, the plan is that our merch store is going live on March 1st. So 1 month from today, we will be going live with our merch. We're going to have golf shirts. We're going to have t-shirts. We're going to have jackets, hoodies. We're going to have the build mats. We're also going to have water bottle. And then the last thing is stickers. So all of that stuff is going to go live on March 1st. Now, we're going to do the first initial one. We're going to have 100 of each one of those, 50 golf shirts, 50 of the nice jackets, and then everything else will be 100. So when they sell out, basically we're going to do a limited run just to see how interested people are. And so all that stuff is basically coming out on March 1st. And we'll let you guys know what time that goes live. You'll be able to buy them. Yeah, no thongs, sorry. You guys will be able to buy those from newegg.com/Robeytech. So we're working on that. So you'll be able to just buy them right from our store. And that's where all our merch is going to. And Newegg basically ships all that stuff. So you'll be able to pick that stuff up. So that is going live on March 1st. That's when our first initial order will basically be available for people who are looking for merch. And so it'll have the new logo, all the new stuff. We are going to do a round of these later on, part of the classic collection, but we're going to get through letting people get their initial stuff, plus the build mats I know is a big one for them. Yeah, the build mats, I think, guys, just be ready, because I'm telling you, there's only going to be about 100 of them, and they'll sell out pretty quick. Chex Mix, thank you very much for those 5 gifted subs. I'll update the build thing here in a minute. So, how important are high quality fans? That's a great question. Honestly, I think a lot of that has to do with the cooling environment you're in, and then what kind of stress you're putting your system under. For the most part, like, do you really need like super powerful, like Noctua level cooling fans? Well, if you're overclocking and you really want to ink the most power out of your PC, then yes. But for the most part, if you basically want to, if you're not overly worried about it, and you're okay, and you live in a relatively cool place, you're not living like you're running your PC out in Phoenix, Arizona, or something like that in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning on, then you're probably going to be okay getting away with some less expensive fans. So hopefully that answers the question. Thank you very much for all the Prime subs and everything like that. When do you use PSU, and when do you use PSU extensions and are not a full replacement? Honestly, full replacements, everything is cosmetic. You do not need to worry about full replacements versus cable extensions. Cable extensions are just an easier way and less expensive way than having to do a full replacement. When I have a build that you can see a lot of cabling for, it has a tendency to be when I actually use full replacements. I will sniff the GPU, I promise, Dumbelink. Will youth clothing be available? Darren, yes, we are going to plan on selling youth male. So we are going to find a way to cater to specifically women's clothing. Again, my audience is 98.4% male. Big surprise. So we do know that there are going to be some women who want to buy them. We're going to be reaching out to people like Eternal, Blondie, Chanel, and talking about what we can do in terms of making those things available. But again, our population is so small that we're trying to figure out what makes the most sense. Remember, this is like, we can't just have a ton of inventory sitting there, so it's going from there. So yeah, but yeah, there it is. Okay, I think, yes, we're working on it, guys. Winner has not been chosen for January. The winner for January will be announced on on Wednesday of next week. It won't be this week. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. Some of it has to do with some law stuff, and then we also it takes a while for the system to pull and do all of the math. So we'll basically announce that on Wednesday. So it'll be Wednesday next week. Dresden Black. The other reason is that I am not here on Monday. We're streaming from LA on Monday, and then I'm not here on Friday. So because of that is the reason it got delayed to Wednesday of next week. So going from there. No, international does not affect gameplay. Okay, let's see. Well, we're at 96. Let's get those last four. Let me let's get those last four donations. Last four subs. The reason being is that then we'll be at 100 on our way to 150. Then we'll walk through the parts. Dad joke time, though. I feel like that is always an important one. Today we're going to be walking through the Corsair 5000D. So I want to make sure we have time to actually walk through that part. I want to make sure we have time to actually walk through this case. This case. It's magical, guys. I have to say, I've been incredibly impressed with this case. I'm excited to show you guys the build for this. It's going to be a lot of fun to walk you guys through this. Yeah, I'm excited to walk you through and show you this. This is going to be a really great option if you're looking for it. We're talking about Phanteks P600A, P500A level case here. Now, Kevin, who's, for those who don't know, he's a technical director, hasn't had a chance to go and test thermals on there, but given how much air we can get through this and how many fans you can bloom and install, I expect this to actually do very well. So I've been really impressed with Corsair, loving their Capellix line of AIOs, and then to have something like this, I really do feel like Corsair's firing on all cylinders. Now, the question is, oh man, I forgot about it. I gotta find this. This dad joke. This is the perfect dad joke. And I've been so excited to share this for you. And so I'm gonna get you guys this dad joke. Okay, you guys ready? You guys should just build up. I know I've probably already killed it. Okay. There's a snowstorm warning for New York, including Wall Street. What a terrible time for shorts. boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That one was good. Come on, come on. Yes, come on. That one was good. That one was good. I get it. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I thought that one was particularly good. Okay. Okay. What? This is from Jesse O. By the way, Brian, our creative director, was the one who sent me that one, so I got to give him credit for that one. What did the brother cell say to the sister cell when she stepped on his toe? This is from Jesse O. What did the brother cell say to the sister cell when she stepped on his toe? Oh my tosis. Oh my tosis. Now remember, cell, not cell phone, cell, cat, cell, like, yeah, okay. Hopefully you get that. Oh, mitosis. Anyway, there are a couple good jokes. Yeah, dem biology jokes. Dem biology jokes. For those of you who don't remember, my wife is an English teacher, and I have the knock knock joke that I tell all our English students every time. Then we'll get into bill parts. I promise, guys. We'll do this thing. And we're past 100 subs, so I know. Knock knock, knock knock, knock knock. Waiting for it. Here it is. We're waiting for the response. Knock knock. There we go. Who's there? To who? No. Who's there? To. I already screwed it up. Never mind. I'm not telling that joke anymore. I'm not telling that joke. I ruined it already. It's no. It's to whom. It's to whom. To whom. It's to whom, not to who. Remember, it's English. There you go. I ruined the joke. Okay, let's reset let's get the giveaway counter going up. Thank you very much for hanging out today. It's time to start getting into builds. Everybody's like, please get into the builds. Stop the dad jokes. Dad jokes are real. Okay, I'm gonna change our giveaway stuff here in a second. So give me a second. Sub goal. We're already at 110. Okay, so we're on our way to a $150 new gift card. We need 150. We're at 110, and we're going to 02. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the problem I have with this thing. Like, let me fix this here real quick. You can't make it too long. Hold on, let me do settings. Let me see if I can. Oh, let me do standard. There we go. Let's do this. Okay. Condensed. And then I wonder if there's a way to. I wish there was a way, like it's weird because it compresses over it and you want it to be long, but I don't know how to make it really long. So when I do this, it just gets weird. It just gets wider. It doesn't get longer. So, okay, hold on. Let me fix this. It just looks terrible. That's all, because it overlaps. Manage goal. Okay. There we go. Okay, just starting this one. Okay, there you go. Okay, so it should be fine now. Okay, so we're at 110 of 150, and we're moving forward. Okay, so let's talk about the builds the parts going in today's build. Understand, I tried to choose. I still chose parts that would make a great PC here for this one. Main reason being is that if people are interested, and they're like, hey, what's a great build to put inside of this case? I still want to put something. This one's about $2,500. It has, and part is it's hard because here's the deal, guys. Freaking tariffs, man. They're making these cards. I mean, remember, today, like I was watching the Newegg Shuffle, and this is not Newegg's fault, guys. This is just stupid rules and probably some supply and demand in this case as well. Let's be honest. But I saw freaking 3070s for $900 MSRP. These are not they don't scalp. These are MSRP prices, which was that's what we were paying for 3080s. So it's ridiculous to watch things happen right now. And so, yeah, I know it's been nuts. So the MSRP stuff has been a little crazy. So I apologize. Some of these builds, when and hopefully if the current administration does actually fix and give us back like the protected pricing and giving some oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Some dang it, it's on the tip of my tongue, but basically making certain things not be affected by the tariffs, then in that case, the prices should start going down again, and we'll see much more. This build will drop from like what's essentially $2,500 to just around $2,000, which is kind of what I expect this to be, because this is an $859 3070, which is on par with what it used to be, the 3080. So this is like almost $200, maybe $300 of just tariff extra prices on here, which is brutal. So anyway, let's talk about what's in the build and go through that stuff for now. Sitting in the CPU slot, main reason being is that I didn't want to deal with anything else. I just want to make this simple. So we're going to use the Ryzen 9 3900X. This is still a 12-core, 24-thread CPU. Still a great gaming and basically productivity CPU. One that you can definitely pick up. The costs are about the same, so they're not cheaper. This is almost the same price as a 5900X. The only reason that the only thing is that you can still get it. And the problem is that a lot of people expect like, hey, will last gen CPUs go for less? And the problem is no, the inventory will just disappear and retail will stay the same. So it's still a CPU you can get. You can still get it for retail at $499. Versus like what $1,000 right now if you're buying a scalper for a 5900X. But still a great CPU, should be easier, just gonna be able to pop it in, make sure it posts and all that sort of stuff. So that's why we chose this. But you can choose to replace it with a 5900X if you wanted to, or a 5600X if you didn't want to go the extra price and just drop the price down a little bit. So great CPU, use this build a lot, use this a lot back in the day, and overall really liking it. One of my favorite looking motherboards. I like this motherboard. Couple things I don't like about it, but I love the aesthetics, and that's the ROG Strix B550A Gaming. Only thing that is a big bummer about this particular motherboard is that, it drives me bonkers. Like, they need more of these that have USB-C on them. And this one does not have USB-C. The X570 Strix version that they did of this, which was a fantastic MOBO, but again, limited, just, I don't know. The thing that drives me nuts about motherboards are like stuff like this, plastic starts white. So like it takes more money to make plastic black, but yet white components have a tendency to be limited, and then they basically charge more for them. So in this particular case, really love the way this board looks. It's a very, very clean looking board. Just wish it had USB-C. Outside of that, very few complaints. It's a great B550 board. B550 board has great VRM support. All of the bells and whistles you expect from something like Strix. But just, that's like the one glaring thing. I'm hoping they do like a Dash G, which is like more their gaming line, and then you end up with something that has USB-C. I'd pay $30 extra for USB-C, but this is still a relatively pricey MOBO. It's also it comes in stock if you are curious and really interested in picking this motherboard up. It comes in stock on Amazon if you're in the US on February 14th. So the thing is if you're looking to buy this at retail price, which is about 175 bucks, check Amazon, you'll be able to pick it up there. I have links to that down in the description below. If you're looking for a white board, that's a great white motherboard. For our RAM, I actually changed. Main reason being is that we're using so many other Corsair components, so I wanted to make it a little bit easier. At first I had Oloy, their Warhawk Special Edition. I decided to switch to the Corsair Vengeance Pro. I like the Corsair Vengeance Pro. It's overall like just a very clean looking thing. Again, we have a lot of Corsair components in here, so might as well use other Corsair components. Love the lighting in this. They have a new version of this coming out with actually additional control and additional, like even better in terms of the LED lighting. This is the last gen at 3600 megahertz, obviously, which is ideal for a 3900X. So great set of RAM there. For cooling, because we want to, these are new. So these came out about a week ago, I guess, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It's the Corsair Capellix H150i. This is the new white version of their Capellix AIOs. You saw me attempt to use one in Friday's build. It will work in this case. We did verify that. And I love the way this AIO looks. So I'm really excited to see what this looks like when we actually put this in there. The thing that's crazy about this, $199, which is less expensive than the Z series. Obviously, the Z series actually has a OLED LED screen in it. But this also includes that amazing lighting node slash hybrid Corsair Commander Pro minus the temperature stuff, which is pretty cool. Given we're going to be using two different types of fans, we actually are going to be also using LL fans. And the thing that's really nice about this particular case is I wish a couple things. One, I wish Corsair sold the white versions of their maglev Pros. They don't yet. I'm assuming they're coming soon, but we're going to be using the LL120s in this particular case. This does actually have a fan hub in it, which is kind of cool. So it's got a 6-fan hub, and then we'll grab a Lighting Node Pro from somewhere. I'm pretty sure, I thought I had one in here. I might have to go grab them, but we're going to use a Lighting Node Pro to basically light all the LL120s, because you're not really supposed to mix lighting between the two. So we'll be doing that. So that's our fans. I like LL120s. They're great fans. They're great for lighting. They're not the quietest. QL120s are so hard to get right now. I have some that are slated for other builds. Couldn't really open those because those belong to other people. So we're going to be using LL120s. Again, a little bit louder, but still great fans. And these are some of the only fans that you can actually still find and buy in packs of 3s, etc. right now. So there is our cooling for our build. Okay, let's put this away. For our GPU, I've been excited about this. I've had this card for a little while now. It's not as white as I would have hoped. I was hoping to use an Asus white Strix, but I think this is still going to look really great in this build. And this is the GeForce RTX Supreme X, or Suprim X, I don't know, I think it's Suprim X from MSI. This is their top tier, where Gaming X Trio used to be their top tier, this is their new top tier level GPUs. They have 3080s, 3090s, and 3070s in this, and they actually have 2 versions of even the 3070 version. But yeah, excited about this, looking really excited to get to use this in the build. All the lighting done through Dragon Center. I think this is just gonna look really great in this case. The silver kind of matches that of what we kind of have on the outside. So I think color-wise, it should look really good. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. And then if those of you who watched the build on Wednesday last week, this might look familiar. We're going to use it because I got it. And that is the ROG Strix 850 white PSU that we randomly found in another box. Now, this was a mystery because when we opened it, we were like, why is this in a 1200 watt PSU thing? Well, the main reason being is that it's actually, this was actually in a build when this first came out, and then I upgraded it to a 3080, a 3090, and I needed to put a 1200 watt PSU in it. So I put that in it. The PSU that actually belonged to the individual at the time was actually 1000 watt, not a 1200 watt. And so when I saw that, I just assumed that was the one, and I ended up choosing the wrong one. So this is where we learned Robey, that I feel really bad because my inventory team ended up having to go through the entire inventory to make sure Robey hadn't done this with a bunch of other parts, and we come to find out, we're like, oh, he's actually supposed to have this or not. So anyway, we're going to use this today. It should be awesome, and absolutely great looking PSU. The price that is on Newegg right now is $309. That is obviously not the MSRP price. These were limited runs. I don't know if they're ever doing this again. I hope they do, because just these are very sick looking PSUs. And are going to look great. Not as big of a deal for the Corsair 5000D. Again, it's got a full covered shroud, but if you wanted a white PSU, I figured I might as well use a white PSU in general. And then lastly, the final part of this is we're also using some Asia Horse, because we're using some black and white. We're going to go ahead and use black and white Asia Horse cables for this build, just to give a little bit of spot, like a little bit of variation in terms of the overall tone. If I had like a full white PCB or something like that, I might choose all white, but I want to just create a little bit of variation here. So we're going to do that with black and white cables. So it should look really great. Really excited with how this looks. And then of course, finally, we've got the Corsair 5000D as our case. So yeah, that's the build. Oh, and sorry, storage. Crud, I forgot to grab it. For storage, we're using a Western Digital 1 terabyte SN750. Again, just putting it in there to make sure it boots. We're going to do some testing and stuff with it, but forgot to bring it out. So I'm going to grab it real quick so we can use it. So give me a moment. Does this have? Yes, it does. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna grab that. To have. That's a SN850, SN850. I have all these. Here we go. This is a. This will work. Okay, so we'll use an SN7. Yeah, we're gonna use an SN750 for this build just because we're testing it. I put a 1 terabyte in there in case you're like, hey, Roby, what one should I use? I recommend a 1 terabyte. We're gonna throw a 250 gig in there just for the sake of today, just so we can get it up and running. Remember, this isn't a build that's gonna stay together. It's just a build that we're showing you to basically get it done. So that is the build. 114 subs, sexy case, good times. Any questions before we get started? Looking at the thing. This is just like the build I'm doing. Which John M441? What GPU are you trying to get? 1,708 people already. That's good. Got any Intel builds coming up? Yes, on Monday. X1 and Mini, and of course we'll have a bunch around around Rocket Lake. So yes, we've actually done a couple last week. So we do have some, and I have some commissioned Intel builds as well, 850K and some other ones. So any 3080, okay. Somebody's saying AMD is king. Yep, right now. But in terms of price per performance, right now you can get some Intel for some really good deal, and they're in stock. So nice, congratulations, Stumlu. Oh, that's the one we shipped. Cool. Any opinion on the PNY 3070? So let me just say, I need to try them. I have been told wholeheartedly to stay away from PNY, and I just haven't done it yet. So good. Is a build going to have negative air pressure? No, it should not. It should be, we'll probably end up doing 6 intake fans and 1 exhaust, which should be actually overpressure, but it should push through the exhaust just fine. Are you going to have any builds with the white ROG 3080? Yes, we are. Did you figure out what case to use for the V-Day build? Yes, we do. So all those stuff going in there. Okay, so that is it. We've gotten some questions. We got some things going there. Do not forget, for all those people now joining, we have a couple. We still have a couple giveaway. We have 3 giveaways that still haven't happened. None of our giveaways have happened, so giveaways are still have yet to happen. Don't forget, the sub-only giveaway for the month of February is a 5800X, a X570 motherboard. I think I'm trying to remember which one it is, so I'll find that out for next when we talk about it. And we're giving away an RTX 3080, so we're giving you almost all the hard parts for a build. That is the sub-only giveaway. If you want to get in on that, head over to twitch.tv/Robeytech. Use your free Amazon Prime subscription. You can potentially walk away with the 2 hardest parts for your build. So there you go. And then finally, we'll do all the giveaways will happen throughout near the end of the stream. So that's what's going on for today. Okay, let's go and start. Let's go ahead and start building. Who's ready to start building? Stand up. Stand up, guys. Let's get some hype going. I want to see some build hype, because I know this is what you guys have been waiting for. Building time. We got some people. Start, please, start. I can't help it. Oh man, whoo! Everybody's so excited. There we go. I just sat down. Good. People are standing up. Okay, do a stretch, because we're getting ready to go into the stretch, the build stretch. Let's get some stretching done. Do some I got all this room now. Let's get ready to get started. There we go. Build hype. Let's go. So we're going to start with this amazingly awesome ROG Strix B550A gaming motherboard. This is, by the way, the same motherboard we're going to be using in the Valentine's Day build. So just so you know. Okay, going to our top down. Whew, here we go. Here we go. We ready. We ready. Team is ready. Oh, there it is. We took some, like I have to say, man, this motherboard is also incredibly photogenic. Now we have to be careful because we're going to be putting this back together. Ooh, look at all those great stickers you get. So we're not keeping this motherboard is our sample. So we're gonna make sure we're not gonna take this whole thing. We're gonna take it apart, but it's gonna be used again in the future for the Valentine's Day build. So because that's what we do. There we go. Okay. So the only thing we're really keeping out right now is we're just keeping out the only thing we're keeping out right now is really this, and these are the screws for the M.2. So let's walk through real quick. Who's new to PC building? I know everybody's like, oh my God, you ask this question like every time. But the thing is every time there's always people new. I mean, you'd be amazed at like how many people end up sticking here and then you end up watching this whole thing. So who's new to PC building? I'm curious. Cool. Well, we're gonna walk you guys through real quick using the best Robeytech pointer in the world, the Robeytech themed knife, and walk you guys through the motherboard. Main reason for doing this, guys, is just to give you guys an idea as we talk about different parts, what things actually are, so it makes it a little easier for you to understand. So that's where it's going from there. So up here in the top left is what's called EPS power connector. This is your CPU power. This powers everything right here. You've got an 8-pin and a 4-pin. 4-pin is for what's called LN2 cooling or liquid nitrogen cooling, LN2. It's something you don't normally need. You'll see a lot of people here on chat say, I plug all of them in. That's absolutely okay. It's not something you'll see me do very often if I don't have to. Main reason being is because cable extensions outside of like newer Asia horse cable extensions don't usually include an extra CPU thing. So you'll have like this weird, ugly black cable. If I don't need it, I don't use it. This is your VRM. Your VRM is what manages the phase power for your CPU. The better it is, the more that you can do with your CPU, specifically the higher quality VRM, the better you can be with timings on your CPU, etc. And so it's when somebody's like, usually when you start talking about more expensive motherboards versus less expensive motherboards, this is one of the things that has a tendency to get upgraded. Up here in the top left, these are our fan headers. These little things right here. I'll zoom in a little bit more, so hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. We'll zoom down a little bit. These are our fan headers. These are PWM, which means that the fans can actually, these are capable of spinning the fans based on voltages like at different speeds. So if you have a non-PWM, that means they're at the same speed the entire time. So basically this is a PWM. The light gray one is actually your CPU one, the one that's necessary for your motherboard not to error out unless you change it in the BIOS. I know that's a lot of technical jargon, but the point being is that there's one you have to plug in almost every build, and it's usually this gray one. Not all of them are light gray. It depends on the motherboard. That's something some motherboards do, which is kind of nice. This is an RGB header. This is a 12-volt non-addressable RGB. Not a lot of things used 12-volt non-addressable, but for some reason this motherboard decided they're going to put 2 on it and only one 5-volt. But that's what that is. That's an RGB. This is your RAM right here. You see we've actually got 4 DIMMs. It's capable at in 2-channel. 2 channels, pretty typical for most ATX workstation CPUs. This is channel A and this is channel B. There's a little thing down here that actually shows you if you have less than 4 DIMMs on where to actually plug these in. Because we have 4 DIMMs, we don't necessarily have to worry about it, but there's more details for you if you are deciding to do this in your motherboard manual. Most cases you'll stick them in A2 and B2. Which are right here. And again, there's a little indicator on some motherboards that shows what it is. This right here is actually your ATX power supply. This is what the ATX power. This is your motherboard power. It powers the other 3/4 of your motherboard. Everything from your M.2s to your PCI slots and all that sort of stuff. This right here is USB 3.0. Worst connector on the face of the planet. Whoever did it needs to be shot. This is where you typically on some motherboards would actually see USB-C or USB 3.2 Gen 2, but this one doesn't have that, and this is the one kind of failing of this motherboard. Down here we have what's called our SATA connections. This is where you'd see things where you plug in hard drives, 3.5-inch SSDs, all that sort of stuff. This is where you'd plug these in. This has got 6. As you look at more expensive boards, you can see their chipsets and their motherboards will actually allow for more of these. This one only just has the standard 6. Down here in the bottom, these are front panel connectors. Again, another thing that someday we hope to adapt. Cases like NZXT have actually done a pretty good job of actually having like a single thing that you just plug in. Don't know why more case manufacturers don't do that. Probably because NZXT probably has a patent on it, which is usually one of the reasons we have it. Next to that is another fan header. We've got 2 USB 2 right next to it. This is for things like AIOs, fan hubs. We will be using these. You'll see these both get used in the build we're doing today. Another fan header here, and then over here is when you actually see the 3-pin 5-volt and the 4-pin 12-volt. Again, this is the one that most things have a tendency to use. You can buy splitters for things like this, so you don't only need one thing. Splitters are pretty inexpensive. Cooler Master, etc. sell stuff like that. And then over here, you've actually got your HD audio. This is where your front panel audio goes into, and they have these things like Suprim FX and stuff like that to make that. Hey, Shubham Patel, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. These two things that are hidden under shields are actually M.2. You'll see me use these a little bit later, but these are hard drives that we'll actually install under these two things. Then we've got a by 16 PCIe slot, 3x1s, and then a single by 8. So that's what's going on there. So hopefully that gave you some education, some entertainment. Who enjoyed the tour? Who enjoyed learning a little bit about our motherboard? The motherboard! And thank you for the super chat, man. Good. Awesome. Well, welcome. That's a good point. This right here in the middle, I forget to skip this. I need to remember this. This is actually your CMOS battery. This ends up being a big troubleshooting piece. Your CMOS stores like all of your settings for what's called your BIOS. Your BIOS has like things like overclock timings, what hardware you have installed, all that sort of stuff. A lot of times people say, hey, clear your CMOS. You have to remove this battery to do so. Some motherboards and more expensive motherboards have buttons, etc., that allow you to do it, but that's what this battery is for, is to store those settings. So that's the last thing. Cool. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start putting our PC together. So we're going to grab our motherboard parts real quick and start getting this thing done. Here we go, guys. Finally, starting 6/24, we're going to start building and getting this done. Okay, so we go. We got our Ryzen 9 3900X, taking that to 90 degrees. And we're going to pop this in just like that. There we go. That's in. You can just give it a little jiggle, make sure it's in nice and solidly. But yeah, we're good to go. That's installed. So so anticlimactic right there. So anticlimactic when you do that. No, actually have quite a few people. Somebody's saying, hey, I don't see a lot of 10th gen. I actually have quite a few people who want 10th gen builds. There's nothing wrong with 10th gen. The thing specifically given that they have to get fixed. Somebody's asking about the clock. We actually got the part in, so we'll get the clock fixed this week. Probably tomorrow. So by Wednesday's stream, hopefully we'll have it up. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go and install our RAM. There we go. Get our RAM installed. Bum, bum, bum. Click. Yeah, everybody's ready for the click. When's the giveaway? Giveaways happen throughout. I don't know how many likes we have on YouTube. That's usually the first one. That's good, Tony Plate, if you want to learn a little bit about it, like for pre-built stuff. One thing is about pre-builts is you have tendency to have pretty big markups, and then they don't always use the best parts, which is unfortunate either. Builds like NZXT, Origin, who's the other one? Crud, I just forgot the name. There are some really good Falcons Northwest. Oh man, what is it? I can't think of the name, but anyway, there's a lot of really great third-party, system integrators, so to speak. Problem is that you usually pay a bit more for all premium parts. Yeah, Cyberpower, that was what I was trying. No, that wasn't what I was thinking of. Gosh darn it. Main Gear, that's what I was thinking of. Cyberpower is okay. But again, they've used some pretty cheap parts too. So, so those are the ones. Corsair one's fine, but that again is Origin. Wow, thank 370. Thank you very much, Cram Toisi, for the, it looks like, is that yen? Thank you very much for the yen. Ohio gozaimashita. Konnichiwa. Oh man, I'm kind of, konbanwa. I can't remember the right thing to say thank you. But Sumasen, no, that's please excuse me, Sumasen. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember my training. Okay, when you're throwing in your RAM, look for the slot in the PCB. Basically, it just lines up just like this. I'm gonna pop it in like so. There we go. Really easy. And then you just you're gonna get a solid click. Solid click. It's just I don't know why that click happens sometimes. It's like sometimes it's really click delayed. I don't know why it does that, but you just want the solid click. Oh man, that was a moment. It made me weaken my knees, that click right there. Oh man, domo arigato. Thank you very much. Arigato. Arigato gozaimashita. Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding me. And click. Mr. Roboto, no. Oh man, there we go. So that is in, and now our RAM is installed. Okay, let's go ahead and get our M.2 installed. Now we're only installing a single M.2 in this case. Ooh, and it would help if I actually put it in the slot. There we go. And what we're going to do, well, I'm going to go ahead and do this just so I can not lose them. I'm going to go and take both of these off. If you were going to install two M.2s, this is what you would do. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these standoffs, these little standoffs. Again, on here we see 2242, 2260, 2280. These are the lengths of the M.2 drives. We're going to throw this one on the 2280, which is about 80. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, Ryan, for the thing, which is basically 80 millimeters, which is the majority of the lengths of most M.2s. And then we're just going to throw this on here. And the main reason I'm doing this is just to save it. Okay, now up here, we're going to go ahead and grab the same thing, put it at 2280. Go from here. Now we're going to open up. I forgot one thing real quick, guys. Open up. So funny, like I have so many of these other ones going in here. Okay, so now I wanted to let you guys know, I wanted to let you in on a little secret real quick as well. Ow, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna grab our 250 gig NVMe SSD here. Now in the case, and this is guys, this is super secret, okay? In the case where, say for instance, you only are able to get a single M.2, see if you can go to a friend's house. If you go to a friend's house and borrow one of their M.2s, and then what you do is, what you can do, which is pretty, so here we have like a 1 terabyte SN850. Here is a SN850 and an SN750. What you can do is you just go ahead and rub them together like this, and then when you rub them together like that, and then install it, and then there might be one in 9 months right down here at the bottom. But it doesn't always happen, just as an FYI. You can get up with an M.2 baby. That's how you make your M.2 babies. If you want to get in on. Yes, that was a dad joke. I know a lot of people have seen that, but I love to share that, especially because I'm only it's only. That is not true. Don't do that. That is not. It's like, stop. Okay, we're putting our 850 away. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and pop it. What we're going to do is we're going to take this SN750 right here, and we're just going to pop this right here. So there's a little slot in the PCB. You're going to slap it in, just like that. Oh, man. Make sure it's in nice and solidly, and then you're going to screw it right down, just like that. Okay, now we don't have to, there is thermal pads on the bottom of these. If you were to install a second M.2 down here, you'd want to peel that off. Because I did not, I'm not going to take that off. I'll save that for when we actually use it. Probably in the Valentine's build, I'm guessing. Okay, so but this one, because we actually have one there, we are going to go ahead and peel that off. And I'm pretty sure this goes like that, right? I can never remember the direction that this M.2 goes. This little shield here. I think you have to look at the bottom, right? Yep, okay. And then this goes back on like that. There we go. Why is that not going in? This must not be the right way. Oh, no, that's... That is not going in right. I feel like this is wrong. That seems better. Even after you looked at the screen, it didn't go in right. So it only is keyed one way. That's nice. You got to put it in the right way or it won't work. There we go. Okay, so now that's installed. And our WD is installed. It's going to take me a little bit slower to get through the build today because I got to make sure I put all the boxes away because this is going to get taken apart. So it's a little bit of a slower build process for this. 142 already, guys. You guys are on fire for support today. Okay, so our motherboard is ready. Everything is prepared. We don't have to do anything funky because the AIO is pretty simple to install on this, given we're going to use the brackets. So we're going to put this off to the side. And let's start stripping the case. Case strip show. Here it goes, guys. Oh, this is a hefty beast. Okay, so this is the Corsair 5000D. Pretty simple in terms of tearing it down. And then we'll walk through just kind of what's so special about this case and why I'm so excited about building in it. First and foremost, it does work like most other Corsairs. There's a little latches on the front. So once you get it unscrewed, just kind of comes off. You want to be careful of those latches. Pops right off. It is a bigger case, something to be aware of. It's not small by any shape. So something to be aware of. You got some fingerprints on there for sure. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing in the back. Now, one of the things that is crazy, and you'll see this a little bit later, is take note of on the back here, this actually does have airflow right here. And that's because you do have the option of installing fans in the back. I think it was Icy. I think Icy Sniper was telling me you can put, 13 fans in this case if you really wanted to, if you really worked at it. You don't need that many fans, but should you want that many fans, oops, you have the option. And these are captive screws. Ugh. Always the first time is always the toughest. There it goes. Okay, and then again, you've also got a dust filter on the back here for the fan. So it's got dust filters for that as well, which is kind of cool, which means they are expected to be fully functional. Now, if you are terrible at cable management, this case is great for you because check this out. This is by design. Again, it's all to kind of cover your cable management. It's got two drawers that you can take off. We're gonna go and take off all the tape here. So if you want to go, if you just want to basically shove all your stuff in there and not make it look pretty, you have the option in this case, and nobody would ever know. Nobody would ever know at all. But let's go ahead and what you got to do is it's very magnetic, very easy to take off, and you just lift it up, it just pops right off. And then you do have additional cable management options in the side. Now, you can see right here, you can actually see that you can add. This has a ton of options for water cooling. It's got that radiator support and fan support, very similar to the Lian Li 011 Dynamic XL. There's a bunch of additional things, including this little part right here, which actually you can use for water cooling. We'll talk about that a little later on. We've got the channeling and stuff, which is cool. This channeling, if you don't want to use it, actually is removable. You can use screws and take this off. So if you wanted to do something a little bit more classic, you have that option. You have very wide channels here for doing cable management, all done via Velcro. You've got support for basically 4 2.5-inch SSDs. You can put an additional one here, and this is removable as well. And then this is what I was talking about. It's also got a 6-fan PWM hub, which is cool, very inclusive, similar to Phanteks P600. And then all in all, tooling is very easy for this. So just to take the top off, that uses the little nipple latches. I have no idea what else to call them, but there's basically little nubs that you use to pull all this stuff on. And then again, also included are really nice with those yellow dust filters as well. So all magnetic, trying to be as toolless as possible as you can. So there's the top, and then you've also got the same option here on the front. Again, little nubs pop out just like that. And then again, very quality dust filter right there in the front as well. Now, when we look on the inside, this is the inside. You can see there's actually a lot of room in this case. And actually this little thing right here is hiding some of the additional support that we have here. And then the way that we do that is we have some screws that we can take off to get to that. And I'll take those out real quick. So we're going to use our, I got to turn on the Wow Stick. Wow Stick. So I'm going to show you this back part so you can see some of the cool stuff about this case. Now we're just going to keep it simple and use the ATX power here for most of this stuff at the beginning, but I wanted to get it kind of off here real quick. This does come off. Yeah. So that's all there. And then we have, so just this simple little 2 screws up here. There we go. And this basically comes off. And in the front, there's actually, again, more screw right here. We can show you like this just popping off here. I think there's one more. Yep, down here. And then you can, just like this, now you have support for an ATX, and it's got that same kind of thing, very similar to the 011 Dynamic in terms of you now can do radiator support. Here you've got a lot of depth. You can also take, this is what I was telling you about, it also includes a part here. And that's the thing, is like this card is just, this whole case is just super like option friendly in terms of just being able to modify it. So you can take this off right here. I'm trying to find the third one. Should just pop up, right? There it goes. Yeah, okay, little clip right here. There it goes. This just pops up like here. And then now you have all that room in the front for water cooling. And then check this out. They actually include this as well. So if you want to switch this out and then use this here, now you've got additional room for water cooling support, right? So you can put your reservoir here. You've now got all the room up basically up here. And it makes your PSU shroud a little bit shorter, but still very, very nice in terms of your options there. And then again, this does pop out. If you want to basically put in and mount your radiators and all that sort of stuff, that's there. I think it's on the, I'm trying to remember how to do that. And then finally, PSU shroud. again, a bunch of other additional options. You can take this off, this drive tray off. You do have your, we'll do that here in a second, but you do have your options for basically taking this out and then support for a really massive PSU shroud, or you can keep it nice and limited in terms of installing your 3.5-inch drives as well. So the other thing that's super nice that I want to just keep your thing is very similar to the P500, sorry, the P500 and P600, is you have a ton of room up here once you get your motherboard in to install, to do motherboard. You have plenty of room for your AIO and all that stuff as well. So very, very quality construction and build here. I am really impressed with this build. For just in general, and so very, very cool build, and I'm excited about basically putting stuff together and getting it installed today. So yeah, that is the this is the Corsair 500D. Now let's get to actually the build part of the building. But I'm going to put the we're not going to use these, so I'm just going to get these back on, and then get our case put back together. And then we're going to go ahead and use the standard shroud here. Take some work here from the front. There we go. Takes a little bit of work here. There we go. There. Okay, now we can put this back in. There we go. Okay, that's back in, and now we'll go ahead and put our CPU shroud back in. There we go. So we're just putting our shrouds back on, since we're going to keep it more stock in this case, and then we'll get the build going. There we go. There we go. Ow. So one thing I haven't figured out how to do, and I know I'm probably missing something really simple here, is how to get there is a way to remove this side thing, which makes it easier to probably install. Makes it easier to install this. I'm just trying to figure out what you have to do it. Because it does undo here. So you can remove this back part. I just don't know how you do it. So, okay, shroud's back installed here. Sorta. We're gonna put this one screw in. I gotta remove this. Just gotta figure out how to do it. I already did the Mobo is built, guys. I'm just gonna fix this one part here in the back and show you how to remove this and figure it out on my own here. It's stuck in here somehow, and I'm trying to figure out how it's stuck in here. Is there screws on this side? No. There is a screw or something that holds this in. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to take that one part out. There's not a screw at the bottom of the case that I can see. I was looking for that too. No. There's one there, but there's a screw that's holding this back part. There's something holding this back part on. And I know you can take it off. Lift up to unlock it. It doesn't lift up. It's unscrewed. It does fit EATX. Yes, it does. I don't want to break it, but this is like, there's like no clasp or anything. It looks like it has a clasp or something, but it doesn't lift up. There's no room to lift it up. That's the part that's weird. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check the instructions. I'm gonna go find the instructions real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I forgot to look at that one part. There's the instructions down there. Yeah. When in doubt, read the instructions, guys. I want to show that off, and it's also going to make it easier to put the thing in. Okay, so now we've got the good old book. There's all the connections. How to take this apart. Moving the hard drive cage, installing the hard drives. Move those. These instructions are not useful. Like literally showing nothing. It shows me like all the stuff, but it says like literally I'm looking at these instructions. It says unscrew from these 3 places. And it doesn't say anything else. Like there's no words. It's just pictures. It looks like they're saying there's some other screws on it. But I don't see other screws. Maybe I have to do this first? Like maybe there's something, is there something underneath this, so to speak, or? You have to remove the, that'd be weird. If you look at it from the front, there's a screw top right. Oh, there it is. Okay. This one right here. Okay. This is what it does. Wait, no, that's not a screw. No, that's not it. Top right as you're looking at the case. Do you have to have the front? Okay, Robeytech, you need to remove the cable guide. You have to remove the cable guide? Oh yeah, it looks like you do have to remove the cable guide. I think he's right. Looks like you have to remove the cable guide. I'm gonna see if this is true. It's not hard to replace, but I'm removing the cable guide. It does not show this in the manual, by the way. No, he's right though. Yep, you have to remove the cable guide. And then you can remove this. Wow. Okay, so you have to remove the cable guide, and then there's 3 other screws. I'm gonna go to the side camera so you guys can see this. So you have to remove the cable guide. Oh, here, let me turn it so you guys can see. Get this over here. Well, now we know what you have to do. So you have to remove the cable guide, and then that opens up these 3 screws right here. And then now, you can now then remove that. So definitely not the simplest, but I wanted to get to it because I need to get to these screws right here to get these back in, so yeah. But I wanted to show you all the parts, so I'm okay with it. Okay, so anyway, that's how you remove that back part. Everything else is great. I mean, all in all, all in all, removing that is not something that I think that a lot of people would do. I was just surprised that you had to remove the cable guide to get that to come out. Ooh, okay. There we go. Okay, so now that's back in. Now we're gonna put this back in, and then now we'll get to building. Okay. Easy peasy, sort of lemon squeezy, but not really. Okay. Put those back in so we can do this. Almost put back together, guys. Okay, that's back together. And it's not, you wouldn't need it, I mean, all in all, removing that wouldn't be something you'd have to do. I would, honestly would not think, but it is there. Okay, let's put this back in now. The other thing you got to be careful of is putting it in right. We're going to put these back in real quick. Okay, now finish this build. As you put the clips back in, you got to think about how you put these clips in. This does not seem right. Oh. These are supposed to go like this. But this should be the other way. Huh. I got to figure out how to put these back in. I know how to put them back in. I mean, I can put them back in the right way, but they don't seem to be the right direction. Because you want them to scoop this way. I'm failing myself right now, guys, because I want these the right way. They should go like this. They should go in. Maybe they go in like this. Okay. And then they close like this. Okay. Just getting this so I can basically get this stuff set up. It all fell apart. I wasn't prepared. But now I'm ready. Okay, put this back on real quick. Should have screwed that in before, but I didn't, but I did now. It's all fine now. Just make sure no cables are stuck behind it, and get this screwed on again. I'm just putting the cable guide back on. There we go. And then now we can put things back in the PC. Okay, last one. Okay, there we go. Now everything's put back together. Woo, that was a lot of work. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna go ahead and strip. Let's go ahead and strip our fans out real quick. These two ones, because we're not gonna use them. There we go. Okay, one more. And that is done. Okay, fan's done. Okay, let's do the front one real quick. Next one. There we go. There we go. Last fan. See? Okay. So now all our fans are out. We're gonna put our other fans in real quick. Oh. Gonna unhook this. And we basically have all this room now in that little cavity to hide cables without it having to show, which is kind of cool. Wow, that is like in there. I don't think that was supposed to run through there. There we go, got it through. Okay, cool. Now our fans are in, out. Okay, now let's put our LL fans in real quick. And then we'll put our motherboard in and we're starting to cook with the gas finally. Ooh, sorry about that, guys, but I wanted to make sure we gave a good tour of the motherboard, a good tour of the case. Show the pros with the cons, you know, and the con is basically, just so you know, like if you want to remove that one bracket, there's a little bit of force to be reckoned with there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw in our LL120s now. We got 4 for that. Take these bad boys out. There we go. 151. Okay, on our way to the next giveaway. Jeez. Let me get these out, and then I'll move the thing. There we go. I only need 3 of these to actually have the screws out. There you go. Next one. Oh shoot, rip that box. Okay, now we have all of our screws out that we care about. Okay, one more fan. There we go. Okay. There we go. All our fans are out now. Okay, fans are out. Let's get these in. Luckily, there's single cable thing here. Okay, first one. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get that right there. Oh, it would help if I had done my job and grabbed 4. There we go. There we go. Wow, this thing is having struggles with this screws. Okay, cool. Next one. There we go. Boom. Okay, next up. Okay, next one, next set of fans. Here we go. There we go. One more fan after this. Okay, let's get last fan group out here. Last fan. Okay, last fan here. Okay. Whew. I think thinking through it, right? Like now that I've kind of done the, like played with that piece, like that's the only part that I would have not required the cable guide to take out. Like, just that's like the only thing I would have been like, there's got to be a different way, a different place to put it. Like, I don't think requiring you, especially because you need, if you wanted to take this back panel off or like re-put it back on, like it's pretty hard to do that without, removing the side thing here. So it's like, it's just kind of surprising that that was like what they decided to do. Like, given everything else that they've really thought through, that's like the one thing I'm like, man, I would have done that differently. That's it. Outside of that, so far, happy with the case. It looks great. You can tell it's going to be really easy to build in. But that is just like, what? Okay, cool. Now, one thing I am going to do, oh man, it's just like again, another thing where it's like, oh, in order to do this, I have to remove this to get this front panel off. So it's little things. Again, like I wanted to like tighten this stuff up a little bit. It's actually okay. It's actually going to be hidden, so it's not as big of a deal. But if you want to remove the front, this part right here, you have to remove this bracket to remove that front. And it's like, okay, why? You know what I mean? It's just like, and in order to get this, so here, I'll tell you what I'm saying. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I want to remove this front bracket, but in order to remove this front bracket, I need to remove this plastic piece. But in order to remove this plastic piece, I need to remove this back. So it's just like, it's like this weird kind of thing, like as I'm building in this, like it's like, oh, okay, like why? So again, I want to remove this front bracket, but in order to remove this front bracket, I got to remove this front piece. But in order to remove this front piece, I have to remove this back piece, because all of the way the screws are, like, require you to get that unless you have like a stubby screwdriver. So it's not exactly the easiest in terms of that stuff. That's been my only thing so far. So one thing I'm going to do real quick is go ahead and route all this stuff. We'll go to top-down view so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I mean, in terms of building, great, but like that part is just like, what? Little weird things. That all of the other things that are so easy in this case, like it's just little strange things like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go and run all this stuff. Well, so here's the thing. Like, the one thing I would say that's different about this case versus the 011 is that this case is a lot more airflow functional than the 011. This case is way more like, we're talking about airflow, this thing is way better. The 011, if you're not water cooling, from an airflow standpoint, is a terrible case. So that would be my only thing. Sorry, I was just trying to, what I did is I just ran these cables up. So they're running through the thing, because this is where all of my stuff is going to go. And we'll put a piece right here, but we're going to use this hub for all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So I'm going to have to worry about it a little bit later. Now, I'm not going to be too crazy on the cable management on this one for a couple reasons. One, the build's getting taken apart, so that's not exactly the biggest use. Okay, fan 1. We're going to use our back fan here. Fan 2. Fan 3. We'll use the channels as much as humanly possible. Okay, there's all our fans, and then these are the RGB ones. We'll have that stuff run into the cable drives here in a second. Okay, let's go ahead and pull in our rear fan. And then we'll go from there. Put in our rear fan real quick. Oh, wait, no. Let's put in our motherboard first. Top down. Let's get motherboard. Let's get motherboard hype. This is supposed to be done like 45 minutes ago, but as I was showing you the case, like in the kind of the wonkiness with the case, it's kind of got distracted there. Okay, let's get our motherboard in. Before I do that, let's get our pieces out of here. So just grabbing our extra pieces there. Okay. Okay, and this is all the stuff. Ooh, cool, check this out. This is neat. So they actually gave you a 90-degree angle, a 90-degree adapter for your USB 3.2. That's cool. Nice, that's pretty awesome. I don't know what that is. Some more cable management stuff for the other, if you want to use it on the other train, which we might use. Oh, they gave you a lot of them. Jeez, wow. Wow, holy crud. That's pretty impressive. Check this out. Probably to save cable management stuff here, but look at this. Look at how many freaking Velcro things that they gave you. That's pretty cool too. For 149 bucks, that's pretty awesome. And then here is our typical collection here. And then what we want is our standoffs. Motherboard. Okay, cool. Nice. So pretty good collection of everything else, but let's go ahead and get our motherboard in now. That 90-degree thing is actually going to come in handy. I'm going to use that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, peg in. Pretty straightforward in terms of getting it in. I am going to use my 90-degree adapter here, because that is going to come in useful. Wish it wasn't blue. Why did you make it blue, Corsair? That's kind of terrible. I'm going to go see. It's like all the other stuff, it's like tick the time, but then you made it blue. I'm going to see. I think I have another one of those. Yeah. So neat. Thank you, Corsair, but I'm actually going to use a different one just for this build. I'm going to put this back in there. Because I just don't like, it doesn't matter. Again, aesthetics, right? I understand, but nobody uses blue because of, it's like, it's not going to be the most beautiful thing. So, okay, we're going to use a different cable for that, but awesome that they included that. It is going to make builds better. Just wish it wasn't blue. Okay, let's go ahead and get this in. Look at how much room you have up there, though. That is so awesome. Like building in this case, just in terms of room and making it like just easy to build in. Very easy to build in. And again, once you get it set up for your build, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of changing, but like all in all, like very impressed with the amount of just room you have around your build here. That's pretty awesome. And like a lot of little things, like it's like, hey, gave me a ton of Velcro, which is cool. Just wish you would have also like not given me a USB 3 90 degree that's blue. But luckily I have this, so I'll use this for mine just today. And this will run here. And run it through the back here. And this is also a USB 3 angle thing. And I use that a lot in a lot of 011 builds, but this just makes it easier so I don't have to worry about bringing the cable in weird. Okay, so motherboard is now installed. Motherboard's now installed. Now we can put in our rear fan. A lot of these, that's cool. Use those. Okay, let's put in our rear fan real quick. Side view. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more of a view on the main. There we go. Okay. I'm going to center this. There we go. There we go. And installed. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now our side is done. We're probably just going to run this through this cool cable channel down here just because, and just play with the cable channels and stuff like that. Next thing up, we're going to go ahead and put together our AIO. Put together our AIO and get that done. Bubble wrap. Okay. Put our case off to the side here for us. Time for our beautiful AIO. Oh, let's go ahead and switch to the next giveaway. Hold on one sec, guys. Bum 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 bum. Thank you for patience. Hit a little bit of a weirdness there. There we go. Next goal is up, guys. Okay, let's get this built. Top down. I'm excited about this. I think this is going to look so good. This all white AIO. AIO. Now the lighting is going to be a little different on the top one versus the lighting for this will be a little bit different, but that's okay. It will mesh out. I mean, ideally you'd use like all of the same fan, but we're going to I'm not overly concerned about it here. Okay, so we do need this. We don't need that. We will need these. No, we will not need that. We will need this. We won't need this. Oh, look at that. That's like, this one's like all white, but I'm going to use the one that we already have here. Put that in there. Some other options. Okay. And then now we need our adapter here. We're not going to use the sticky because this is going to come out of this build. Okay. So this is going to be on the top of the build, like so. So we want the fan to be like that. Okay. There we go. Now our fans are set up the way we want them to be. Okay, now we're gonna grab our screws. Hey, Deadly Panda, thank you very much for that, man. Appreciate it. Wow. Okay, jumping up in subs here. 1,963 people hanging out tonight who watched me fumble around with the case for a little while, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, now one thing I love about the Capellix, right? And like, again, one of the things I really enjoy about, like, even with the case, like, I really appreciate the case. It's just how easy, like how much they've improved their tooling. So even tooling on this is like just slide it in, use your fingers, get it started, which is awesome. Makes it a whole lot easier to just kind of get these set up. I love how clean this AIO looks. Next one. There we go. And that one in now. Okay, so now now it's all started. Now we can just finish them. They're lined up for the other ones. Okay, now get this in. Oh, this build's gonna look so good. Just saying, this build is gonna look really good. Whoopsie, calm down, Ruby. Okay, next ones. Two more fans. Two more fans, only fans. One more fan. Okay, cool. Now we're just going to get these unscrewed. Go. There we go. And one more. There's that one. Last little bit of twisted tie. There we go. Okay, twisty ties are all out. Okay, now all we need is our top level ones. We'll do that. Let's get our AIO mounted here. This is going to be a little bit higher actually because the case is higher. Okay, let's go to side camera. There we go. Thank you very much for the super chat. Super appreciate it. Okay, what we're going to do real quick before we do this and get it in here is we're going to grab a zip tie and zip tie these together just because it becomes a whole lot easier to manage them and they don't stick out. Now you do have the option of like top mounting, like you could, if you wanted to, top mount the radiator and then use like, so you have enough room to actually have the radiator above and then the fans below if you wanted to, but I'd like to fill up the top space a little bit more. So that's just an aesthetic choice I'm choosing, but a lot of room in the top of this case to, if you wanted to like just have like your fan sticking down, you do have that option, which is pretty cool. Again, Corsair thought of a lot of stuff. Really great. Like you can definitely see a lot of thought process there. Okay, there we go. That's ready. Okay, let me grab a drink. Ice. It's the H150i Capellix is the AIO. It's their new white one. What I'm going to do here is just make sure nothing is tangled. It's the one thing that's tough about really tall cases is that all of a sudden now it's like you need a lot of cables to make sure it's cable managed. Okay, cool. Now, there we go. Look at that. I'm gonna give myself. Now, the good thing is, again, because they tooled this so nice, it's easy to just get them in with your fingers. You can just get one on a couple places, then you don't have to hold it, and then you guys can see the top area. Okay. Okay, one more of these and then I can do the rest with the wow stick. Okay, now I'm going to take this right here on the side. That looks really good. Just saying. I'm going to run this real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I need to go and hook up our fan cable. Right there. There we go. Okay, fan is hooked up, and then we're just gonna run our one set of one little wacky cable here. Right there. Okay, cool. Now our cables are run. Okay, now we can go to the top camera and you guys can watch me finish putting all the screws on. Yay! Roby loves to show you screwing. Wait, nope, that's not what I should have said. Whoops. That is not what I meant to say, guys. Okay. The screwdriver is called the Wow Stick. And I love this screwdriver. It is it was a gift. We can have a link for it here in a second. And I really like it. The boomstick. Yeah, that'll be a meme tomorrow. Okay. A lot of screws to put in. Sorry, Augustus. Sorry, Augustus. I did not mean to. Okay, we are getting the last of the thing. Clip it and ship it. Can we get mods? Can we get a link to the screwdriver? A couple people are asking about it. You're going to see a link here in just a stick. Yes, it does. It has a ton of bits. And there's actually a small version of the Wow Stick, a little bit like the iFixit kit. So. There you go, chat. Okay, 2 more screws. I should leave one out for the OCD folks, because like last time you guys were so triggered by that. Like people were like freaking out. Roby, you forgot a screw. You forgot a screw, Roby. World's gonna end. There we go. Okay, screws are all in. The only thing I need now is 2 of these. The rest of these can go get put away. And they give you a lot of tall. Oh yeah, I guess you can, in case you want to do some through the. Yeah, you need some extra ones just in case. So it makes sense actually. Okay. Okay, so we've got that in. Now this is for, go ahead and get it mounted. Ugh. Okay, so mounting the AIO is what's next. We're gonna grab this right here. Oh, let's throw it around, Roby. Let's throw it around. Calm down, Roby. Calm down. Okay. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab this, take this off, and then Take that off. Ooh, look at that pattern. They did a nice job with the pattern. Okay. Okay, this is the top. Oopsie. Seems straight. Okay. There we go. Straight. Oh, it's tough. That's tighter fit than usual for this piece. But it's in. Okay, that is in. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our 2 bracket pieces here. Yeah, I saw that happen. Okay, that's screwed in. Now I just need the other one. Okay, cool. Now we can put this like this. Put this up to the top here. I'm going to clip this one on at the top. You want to feel that? There you go. There's that one. Put this one on the bottom. Then we're going to screw this down. There we go. Screw until like basically finger tight. There we go. There we go. And then now, what is that? Is that a surface pen? Couple screws just to make it really tight. And the AIO is in. Okay, cool. AIO's in. AIO. What we're going to do now, put this stuff away. Okay, now let's restart the music. Please restart the music. How are we doing on likes on YouTube? Do we know? Oh, Hype Train, holy crud. Wow, we are on Hype Train already. I'm not, this build is taking longer than expected, but build looks so good. I just have to say, it's like been worth it up until this point. Okay, we're gonna pull this cables through. Hype Train is happening, guys. Pull that to the left here. Wow. Huh. This is not as easy to get up. Wow, that doesn't sound right either. In terms of getting this cable, there's a cable I need to get. Whoa, is that even happen? There we go. Yep, cable hunting is what I'm doing right now. I got it. There we go. Last little cable I had to get. Okay, we're going to simply zip tie that in place real quick. Oh, calm down, Roby. Robinator. Roby one, calm down there. I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie that one together. Okay, that's good. We're gonna zip tie one more thing down and then we'll be good to go here. Ugh. Just one cable up at the top, just to make it look good. This right here. 193 level hype train already. Wow, you guys are crazy. I'm gonna do the, I'll call out the hype trains here in a minute. Get people. I want to get this one. There we go. Level 5. How high can we get it today? First week of the new first week of the new sub only giveaway. Like, how high can we get it to go today? Yeah, there we go. Clean. Look at all these drops. 216. What is this thing over here? Get rid of this, whatever this is. I'm gonna call out the latest ones. Let's see, can we get to 1,000%? Can we do something cool here? Zorak, thank you for the 10 bits. Bittersweet, 100 bits. Uniform, CK, dropping 50 gifted subs. Holy crud. Wow, yikes, CK on a roll again. Definitely wants to take number one. Okay, next giveaway. Now we're on our way to 450. If we get to 450, it's a 3060 Ti, guys. 3060 Ti is next. 111%. Wow, that's huge. Thank you very much, CK. Super Naru gifting 5 subs. Wow, thank you very much, CKCC. Chris really enjoys these streams, so yeah, next goal already reached. We're at 300, so we're giving away a 5600X on our way to a 3060 Ti, which is at 450. 1190, 1200%. Oh, KT231 dropping 5 gifted subs. There we go. Boosty, 1,000 bits. Red Dragon, 300 bits. Thank you very much for that. 10 bits from the original A-Bakes. Appreciate it, sir. That's a super appreciate that, guys. 320 subs. Fuji, 69 dropping 5 gifted subs. 1,400% on our way up. 15 seconds, guys. Can we get 1,500%? We're so close. 10 seconds. 9. And some follows. 5, 4. It doesn't. I'm like, dude, 1,400%. Red Pyramid dropping to 1,500. 1,500%. That is awesome. Okay, did we hit? What is our likes? What is our likes on YouTube? That's amazing. 330 subs. Okay, let me put up the next goal, guys. Okay, ending the sub real quick. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, ending this goal. Next one is the 3060 Ti. We are at 330 subs. We need 450. We're at 330. There we go. Starting that one now. 3060 Ti giveaways up now. There it is. 450 subs. On our way to that next one. That's hype. Okay, 800, are we at 800? Sorry, I was going 1,000 likes. Well, okay, so we're gonna go and run that giveaway now. Let's run that giveaway now. Man, this build looks so good. I want to finish it. Finish the giveaway. Finish the build. Okay, we're gonna draw 2 winners. So everybody say, stop. Everybody say, thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. Everybody say thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. Everybody say thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. Because you guys have just unlocked 2 giveaways right there with that. You guys are an amazing community, both Twitch and YouTube. Thank you very much for that. We are going to be giving away two 250 gig NVMe drives. So we're going to do one command. I'll think of what it is. We'll do that here in a second. The way giveaways are going to work, we're going to basically, we're going to run a command for 2 minutes. Once that command is done, don't just enter once, just use that command once. You can enter twice just to verify. You do not need to spam. If you spam, you could get disqualified. Remember, you have to be over 18, and these giveaways are Canada, Mexico, US only, okay? Okay, starting that giveaway right now. Okay, command for this is going to be Robeyverse, the Robeyverse, which is who you guys are. You guys are welcome to the Robeyverse. You guys are the awesomeness of this. 250 gig NVMe SSD, starting that giveaway right now. Exclamation point Robeyverse. There it goes. Exclamation point Robeyverse. R-O-B-E-Y verse. There it is right there. Get that in, guys. 1 minute, 36 seconds. We're going to draw two winners. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this over. We got to hook up all the cables now. And then after this, we get to have some fun. Okay, so we are not going to be tightening this down. So we're going to grab all these here, because these are going to be separate. What's going on? Okay, these are just for the AIO. This is for over here. This is not going to be the prettiest, cable management, guys. Remember, because this build is going to get torn apart, so I'm not going to be crazy about it. Now I will do some of it with these awesome Velcro ties they gave you, of which they gave you a ton. That's kind of cool. Okay, but we're not going to be like tightening this down or anything like that. Oops. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, there we go. What I'm going to do right now, just for the heck of it, let's use these awesome channels they gave me. Just because, why not? Oopsie. Well, why don't you learn to use them correctly there, Roby? Why don't you learn to use them correctly there, Roby? Batting 1,000 here. Okay, there we go. My mind was struggling with how to put these in correctly, but it has thus been solved, ladies and gentlemen. Thus been solved. Now you got to use the word thus, which is always good too. There we go. Thuseth binneth solveth. This will go like this, right? Yep. There you go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go and run a couple of these. Run them around. What we're trying to do is we're just going to get this to the point where it's like in and solid. Does that make sense? And then we'll run like a single Velcro thing right down here at the bottom kind of area. Kind of get it controlled here. We're gonna hold it without holding it. Oops, almost did it wrong again. And this is the way I'm doing this is like outside of like the cable like the cable ties, you are completely capable of being able to do it this way if you want to. Like this is all like well within the reason of using this case's free cable management to make work. Okay, now what I do is put some of this stuff. Again, it's not going to be the most beautiful build, but it will be trying to make it as clean as humanly possible here. Okay, who's the winner first? Oh, she drew them both, didn't she? I didn't read the winner. Sorry, okay. I'll give the giveaway history. You're going to tell our two winners. I'm looking at the winners now. One sec, guys. Okay, Legolas 1 and Adam V. Legolas 1 and Adam V. Legolas 1 and Adam V. You are the winners. So you are the winners of the two 250 gig NVMe SSDs. There you go. Not the best looking, but it will definitely have to do. Don't judge me on my cable management when I can't control it, because right now I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I got here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, this is all third party, all the stuff from here. The only thing I got now is I got to figure out how to hook up these three things, which is pretty easy. I need this. I mean, you can actually feel free to judge me on my cable management. Just know that not my best work today, given I am focused on, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to permanently use this stuff. So it's not set to be permanently in there. Oh, you guys can't see anything anyway, because I'm a knob. Okay, let's go to top down so you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. 4. 1, 2. Sorry about that. Knob move. 3. Okay, now what we're going to do is, because these are all going to run down here to our motherboard. Okay. So this is all stuff that has to go into the mother, like down, right? So that's what I'm working on right now. This is all like stuff that's I'm gonna kind of wire into these channel paths that I have right here. And remember, I covered it all up so it'll look brand clean. There we go. Okay, what we're gonna do is take these. Now this would be like completely reusable cable management. So this is all just going to kind of be loose here. It's not going to be the cleanest looking stuff on the face of the planet, but it will work for what I need it to do for now. Want this to be loose here. Okay. Now the only other thing I'll need, just because, is this. I will need this. And I will need the hub. And then all of my lights are working. Okay. This goes into this. This is all the RGB stuff. Welcome to RGB always makes life more complicated. And then we need this little cable right here. Goes from here into this thing. This is like the ugliest. It's killing me how, like, as OCD, like I just want to freaking cable manage this stuff, but it's just like not possible because, well, it's just pointless because the build's not going to be here. So it's like crushing me a little bit inside. Okay, there we go. It's not going to be the best looking. It's killing me. It'll still look okay. It just won't be as good as I'm used to. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Where's my... There it is. This was looking for. And I'm using this to hold this thing down. And just because I can't, there's only so much I'm willing to do. There's only so much I'm willing to give up in terms of looks. It's still got to look neat. These I can just cut off, so. Yeah. Okay. 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 A little bit better. Sorry, there's only so much I was willing to go. Like before, it was like, this is just too much of a mess. Okay, now we can untie these. Wow, they gave you a lot of cable. A lot of cable here. Okay, so this is going to be easy because this just plugs right into this. There we go. Front panel connectors, we can start hooking up now. They give you a lot of cable because this case has got a lot of expandability. Okay, so run these now. It's all going to go right here. USB goes right here. Power, we'll figure that out here in a minute. Other USB goes right here. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's, yeah, that's, I was like, wait, where's the other one? Okay. HD audio goes right here. This gets cable managed back in here. And then now we have mostly a cable managed situation here. With as best as I can, given the situation I have to make this work. I was willing to do some just to make it look controlled. Okay, let's turn this over, hook up our front panels and turn this over, finish our cable management, and then we'll be ready to put in our GPU next. Okay. So we've got quite a few little cables down here. We'll figure those out here in a minute. First one I want to do is we have a system fan. I'll zoom in so you guys can see this stuff here in a minute. That powers our fan hub. All these go over here. This is our lighting node and our AIO hub. Okay, HD audio goes down here. And then finally, we have our front panel connectors, which is power plus and minus, reset switch. Okay, and they're all individual, which actually makes it a little bit easier here. So, which is cool. Reset switch. Power plus and minus. But yet you missed one. There we go. Okay, and then lastly is power switch. Okay, so all our front panels are now connected. Everything is ready to go. So what I hooked up, wow, Travis, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Okay, so just walk you guys through what I hooked up here real quick. Zooming in so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so we hooked up front panel connectors here. This is a system fan for our fan hub. We have the USB for the lighting node and USB for the Capellix, which is the AIO. So now we can do this. That's ready to go. Then finally, we have HD audio. So what we're going to do is just turn this over one more time, and then we get to do the fun part, which is all the connection stuff. So we're actually in really good shape. We're at the very end of this build now. Okay, so now what we do is we pull all this stuff taut that I've got here. Okay. Now we just got to get this under control here. So first, that's all done. What we can do for now, do one zip tie. This is going to go down here. We still have to run our big Mamba Jamba cables here, but not a big deal. There's plenty of room for that stuff. Okay. And all this is going to go right here. There we go. I can actually, let me do this. Go. There we go. Okay, now these are all power cables. Power. It's when all the power cables like free. All the cables that are not power cables. Okay, those are all power cables. This is all just gonna get clumped for now. And then cleanly zip tied together. There we go. Okay, now, not pretty, but functional. That's all we care about right now. Not pretty, but functional. Okay, because remember, we can cover this whole thing up. Let's go ahead and rip all these little things off and not the best cable management, not supposed to be. It's basically, it's like triggering me, but it works. The best thing about it, I can cover it all up. Cover it all up with this one thing here in a minute. Okay, so let's hook up our thank you for saying it looks awesome. It's not, I mean, here, I'll zoom out so you guys can see a little bit, but it's not the cleanest, right? It's just, it is not terrible, but it's not awesome. You know, it's not bad given what I did. Oh, I gotta clip all those. I mean, I wasn't going to spend an inordinate amount of time given that the build's getting taken apart, so. Okay, forgot about these. So, okay, now what we're on to is, not this one. Now we're on to is we're going to turn this over, get our GPU installed, put in our extensions, and then put in a power supply, and we're done. And then these are loose. So, and the best thing about it is like honestly, my favorite thing is I know what I'm going to be able to do is you take that little cover and it covers the whole thing and it'll look plain. Ugh. Okay, let's get our PSU, our GPU in. Everybody say GPU time. There we go. People excited about the GPU time. Okay. Here it is, the MSI Suprim. Let's go over here and open it. Our Suprim. Okay. Boom. That is nice box opening right there. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this. Wow. Comes with check this out. Comes with a really nice Suprim mouse pad. Suprimly, it's got a, this is like I think this is a GPU sag. Yeah, it's got that really wacky GPU sag bracelet. It's like I don't know how it works. Oh, it goes like this, and then, it sits on the bottom, and then this can go underneath it, I guess. Like you have like a sag bracelet, sag bracket, and this goes under it, so then you could like put it down, and then this moves underneath. We'll take it out and use it potentially. This is a hefty Look at that. There it is right there. Our hefty CPU right here. Oopsie. Rip the tape. Wow, that is huge. That is huge. Huge! Look at that. It's actually almost like a... It's not as silver as I thought it was going to be. It's actually more of like a reddish silver. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Gotta peel the dragons. Peel the dragons. There you go. One dragon. Two dragons. Need a third dragon peel here. There you go. 3 dragon peels. Okay, there we go. Beast is huge. That is a huge, look at that, so big. That is a big card. Okay, going to top down. Let's see how this looks in here. That is a big card. A little bit reddish. There we go. There we go. It actually matches. It looks okay. Okay. Looks okay. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, Orb. There we go. That's a lot. Yeah, it is a thick boy. Thick boy. Okay, I'm going to make this as tight as possible. It's not so heavy on the back end, so it actually might be okay. But we have this thing, which, I mean, I don't know, dude. Would anybody want that in their build? You know what I mean? It's like, here's this, like, put this in there, and then you've got, like, this random thing sitting in there, and then this, like, it's like that would hold it up. You know what I mean? So, like, that's how it does it. Yeah, it's so ugly. Yeah, I'm not using that. I kind of like the other one that they used to have, but I guess if you had a black build, it'd be one thing, but like if you have like an Arctic build like this one, it just wouldn't look right. I think it's nice that MSI does try to give you sag brackets for their big GPUs, you know what I mean? Okay, let us get our cables in. Okay. At the very end here, okay, we need a couple 4 pins. kind of the end of the build here. Finishing touches here. 359 subs tonight. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna get, I think one would actually be enough here. What am I doing? I'm actually gonna run this the other way. So the pattern on the, it's funny because the pattern on this actually kind of fits. Actually, I think we'll need to do one more. Do 2 on this one. There you go. Okay, there's that one. Okay. Next up, let's get our PSU one in. This is actually a pretty short little journey right here, so give it a little bit of a pop, but nothing too crazy. Now, when we get to the end after the giveaway, guys, we always look for good raid targets. So if you wouldn't mind sticking around tonight, I always like to raid somebody, make their day a little bit special. I know Blondie's going to go ahead and start looking here pretty soon for our next raid target for tonight. It's always cool. It's a lot of fun to go and just drop in on somebody, with 1,000 people, or how many people we have. Let's do a number check right now. We got 1,040 over on our Twitch channel, 837 hanging out on YouTube. We got 126 over at twitch.tv/newegg. So yeah, I'd love to be able to raid somebody, make somebody's night awesome. So if you wouldn't mind sticking around at the end of the stream, just for 10-15 minutes, say hi to some new streamer. Maybe you'll find somebody you want to watch after Robeytech on a weekly basis. You never know. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna run that in there. I think this one we're gonna have to run through. It's like I saw. Are you freaking kidding me, Roby? Jeez, I'm crow. Guys, I did it. The cable comes on backwards like a moron. Ugh, you don't want to do that. think the techs are getting drunk tonight. This has been a comedy of errors with this new case, which is good because it showed, like, I'd rather make the mistakes and save you guys the pain of having to figure this out for yourselves. So I'm down to make the mistakes for you. Rather learn from me than you guys get frustrated and be like, I'm not building a PC, and then, you know, heaven forbid, buy a Walmart pre-built. Okay, there we go. Look, I got that refixed pretty quickly. Oh no, son of a biscuit eater. Keeping our rubber grommet from falling out. Okay, here we go. As that little addition is, it's like, it's not protecting the rubber grommet, is just making it a little bit more difficult to, this rubber grommet, like keeping it in is proving challenging. Gosh darn it. Rubber grommet's like full on out now. And everybody knows how much of a pain in the butt these things are when they get out. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, you couldn't see, but there we go. This little rubber grommet on the side here is a little bit tricky to play with. So, okay, let's do the last parts, which is we're gonna run our last two cables, our PSU cables. I think we can run them down here. I think they should look pretty good if we do that. I'm trying to see if those are going to work. It should work, okay. Okay. Okay, 4 on each should be enough. Okay. Okay, there's that one. Okay. After this, we just got to put in our PSU. Oh, shoot. I shoot that like a crazy person. Crazy person. Wah, wah. One more cable comb. Okay, cable combs are in. Ugh. Okay. GPU is in. Let's go ahead and put our PSU. Ooh. Put our PSU in. And then turn this baby on. Yeah. PSU time, guys. Thank you for the cable management compliment. It is not my best. It is just because this build is getting taken apart, I just kind of a semi-rush job, but thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's get a drink and put in a PSU. All right, build time. Okay, we're gonna put this across this. We'll bring this up a little bit higher when we're... That's gonna go right there. Okay, PSU is going right there. These are all the power cables that we have for the PSU. There should be a fourth one. There it is. 4 of those. This is so much blooming stuff. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool. Now everything is pretty close to cable managed. Let's go ahead and throw our PSU in. Okay, here's our PSU cables. You should need all of these, but I will find out. Okay, so there's our SATA with 4 SATAs. So there's SATA. Don't need the Molex. There is motherboard. There you go. Next up is PCIe for GPU. We've got 2 of these because we're going to separate it. There we go. And we've got a single CPU. We're going to grab our Put it on this one then. Okay. Want this down. Ooh, okay, well, we're gonna do this. Looks like we gotta remove our PSU tray. I mean, our CPU, or... Oh, it looks like I can push it way over. Let me push it over. Push it over. There we go. That's kind of cool. And you could, like, put a hard drive in there and then scoot it over. Ooh. Okay, let us get it. Ugh. There we go. Let's go to side view so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm doing. Not a whole lot. Need a PSU screw. Okay, PSU screw. Hold on. Do this one instead. I bet that's the one they want me to use. There we go. There we go. Okay. PSU's in. Wow stick approved. Okay, now we just got to hook up the little bit of power that we have, and on it goes. Ugh. Top down. Okay, first thing I'm going to hook up is all these bad boys. These are all our power extensions for RGB and all that stuff. Need 4. Luckily, we have 4 plugs. Where's our 4th one? Oh, it's down there. There we go. We want the one thing we want is the GPU cables need to be as loose as humanly possible. Okay, this is our motherboard cable. Shove this down. Luckily, the one thing I like about these particular PSU cables is how just how just malleable they are, and how see how easy that is. Okay, now let's grab our 2 PCIe cables. I have two. I've split the power on this. So we're gonna do 2 on each one. There we go, there's one. We'll make it look pretty on the other side, but there's 2. Now, one thing to remember about this case is not being crazy, because again, the PC is going to get, PC's just basically going to get ripped apart. So we're just going to, there we go. Now, if I wanted to, I could make that look a little bit prettier, but all I want to do is make sure these have a lot of room. Now, watch this. You want to see the best cable management in the world? Watch this. Here we go. Ready? Boom. You can't see it anymore. There we go. Cables managed. So there we go. Okay, PC's ready. Let's go ahead and throw the back on. And then we will get the rest of the PC put back together. There we go. Okay, PC is done. Getting everything ready. Okay, there we go. No, that's what I was afraid of. Oh no, shouldn't have put the back on so soon. Hold on one sec, guys. I didn't know this had popped up that much. Easy fix though. What I'm fixing right now is just to make sure the cables look nice. You know, turn it on and make it not look good. Oh geez, there's a lot of sag in this in this thing too. Yeah, this thing has a lot of sag. It's a hefty motherboard. I mean, hefty. Well, maybe it doesn't. Oh, maybe I just think it does, but it doesn't look like it really actually does. Okay. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, now build is ready. See what you guys think. You think it's got, you guys see a lot of sag? Okay, everybody's saying looks good. Okay, cool. Okay, let's throw the other parts on. There we go. Last part. This case is just like, it's like, I wonder if I push these a little bit further back, if be a little. There's a lot of torque in these cables for some reason. I'm trying to get them to not be torqued. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. That looks much better. Okay. There we go. Now we can put this up. How's that look? Oh! A little bit higher. There we go. The sag bracket looks terrible. I mean, it really does. It does look like, okay, I'll throw it in. Okay, you guys want to see it, we'll put it in. It's pretty ugly looking, but we'll put it in. You guys want to see it, I will throw it in. Problem is that it's not, it doesn't stay. Okay, there you go. That's with the sag bracket in. Yeah, it's a little high. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Is that better? Yeah, it's ugly as sin. It really is not. I'll look and see if it's still a little, it might be a little bit. No, it's level. It's level. Okay, here we go. Well, here we go. We're going to turn it on. I agree, but that's a big boy PC. That's a big boy GPU. Okay, here we go. Turning it on. Ugh. Okay, here we go, guys. And power. There it is. Wow, that is a lot of RGB. And we'll give you the front view so you guys can see that front view here. Go from the wide angle. There's a wide angle, and then we'll give you guys a side view, which always ends up looking like some of the best stuff. So I'm going to get the side angle kind of lined up for you. There you go. Little hair higher. I can bring it in a little closer for you too. There you go. Here, I'll give you a side view. I like the top fans. Okay, here you go. So there's the front view. Here's a side view for you, so you guys can see it a little bit better. And it does post, by the way. So we do see a post. It's still, yeah, it looks really good and clean. I agree. But there's that side view right there. I'll see, let me, some of the lights don't, I can't control all the lights anymore. I can control some of them, so I will try. Give you guys a view here. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Whoa, those are really, okay, here we go. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if we can get them. It's a little bit darker. So there you go, a little bit darker there. Yeah, and we're gonna play with the RGB software and get it all looking pretty. But by the way, here you go. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna see if you guys can see the. Let's see if you guys can see the command, the thing here. It's one of those things. It's like it sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. And it doesn't seem to be working right now. So yeah, I'm like, it does post. I was just trying to show you the post. We'll have to, like, it's just like this thing gets so wacky. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, so that is it, guys. 369 subs today, which is pretty awesome. This is the Corsair. So final thoughts. Like, now that we're doing this, and then we'll get to the giveaway. So we're gonna give you guys a little bit of time, but we'll give you some final thoughts on the build. Here in a second. Here, let's give it a little, yeah, so let's give it a little bit more side there. There you go. Here's kind of my final thoughts. Impressive to build in. Like, really, honestly impressive to build in. But it's quirky. That's the thing. Couple things, especially in the ATX form. That little cover that they have that covers the whole left side over here, the whole left side over here for ATX, like to make it eATX. In terms of what it does, the rubber grommets is kind of a pain in the butt. All in all, like removing and making the modularity of this case, you're going to see when we do the 011 Mini you want to see the top fans? Yeah, sure. I'll do that here in just versus the 011 Mini. The 011 Mini is like just easier to move things around. This one still has some quirks in terms of doing the customization, but here, let me show you the top fans there, guys. You guys want to see the top fans? Here, I'll do the side view. Oh, there you go. There's the top fans. Much more like airflow wise, design wise, aesthetic wise, really love the way the case works, like way the case looks. It's when you do build in it, it's a dream to build in that regard. You know, it's just like, it looks very good. It's much more functional, airflow wise. It's just aesthetically very attractive case. So yeah, it's just like, that's kind of my closing thoughts on the build. Like, it's almost there. Is it like, do I think it's better than the P500A in terms of building in? Not quite, but in terms of what it's capable of doing, yes. Like, that's the thing, is it's like they tried to cram so much, and in doing so, it just made it a little bit quirky, is kind of the things, made it weird. Okay, so we are going to do the giveaway here. In just a few, it does come in black. People are asking, does it come in black? It does come in black. So yes, you can get it in black, or you can get it in white like this one. And again, if you want to check out all the parts and everything, you can check those things out. You can check those things out now. If you are not, I'm just asking, I know we're at 64,662 followers right now on Twitch. Literally 430 followers away from 65,000, which is a pretty big milestone. So if you wouldn't mind, you're not following me on Twitch, head over to twitch.tv/Robeytech and give it a go. Drop a follow. That would be huge. Also, don't forget we have that sub-only giveaway over on Twitch. So another reason to follow me. Sub-only giveaway happening on Twitch. We're giving away a 3080, a 5800X, and an X570 motherboard for the sub-only giveaway for the month of February. And then also February 14th, we're going to start and launch the Carter PC giveaway as a Valentine's thing to our communities from both Carter and I. So we got a couple PC stuff. We got some PC stuff coming up. PC giveaways coming up. We got many more giveaways coming up. We're going to be giving away a 5600X in just a few minutes. But yeah, if you're over at twitch.tv/Newegg or youtube.com/Robeytech, pop on over, drop your free Prime sub, and potentially walk away with a GPU and a CPU. You know, you never know. Pineapple coconut I like this one a lot. So I really am a thing. I hope you enjoyed the build today. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. This was a lot of fun to build in. I apologize for how long this kind of took. I know usually we get done around 8:30, but there were some quirks to work through as I was learning a new case, and hopefully you learned a thing or two. And I think it came out great. I think this is we're gonna make it all Arctic blue. So it'll be Arctic blue, black, and white, which I think is gonna look super sweet. Yeah, you'll be able to see pictures and TikToks and all that stuff of this when they get done on Tuesday. And then we'll also be doing a full case review in this build, running thermals, all that sort of stuff, and you'll see that in the coming weeks. People are asking the top of the case. I can show you top down. There's no lights coming. There might be some depending on fin density, but we'll go ahead and there's the top right there. So there's the top. You can't really see anything coming through, but yeah, it's all because it's like covered and it's got all that sort of stuff. So there you go. There's the top right there. Okay, it does have Type-C. It has USB 3, a combination audio mic jack, and then a reset switch is what's on the top controls for them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Let's do this last giveaway. We're going to be giving away a 5600X to one lucky individual. That is going to be amazing. 1,000, almost 1,100 on Twitch today. Don't forget, we are going to raid somebody, so please stick around for the raid. I'd really appreciate that. We're gonna start the giveaway in here in just a second. Everybody say thank you, Newegg, because Newegg is one of our primary sponsors and one of the biggest sponsors we have. So everybody say thank you, Newegg, for letting us have these big giveaways at the end. So thank you to them. Okay, so this is going to be for a Ryzen 5600X. There we go. Okay, entry command for this is going to be exclamation point Newegg now. Exclamation point Newegg now is going to be the entry command for this. And we're going to be starting that giveaway right now. Starting the giveaway right now. 3 minutes. There we go. Awesome. Build looks good. It posted. That's a good day. That is a good day. Giveaway is happening. I'm gonna check here in a minute who we're gonna raid. Hopefully Blondie found somebody. A couple minutes, just kind of get parts put away here. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Newegg now. Entries coming up. Winners being chosen. Magic is happening. Builds being done. My Darth Vader replica lightsaber here. Look at matches. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, thank you. I am your father. Do you remember that? Did anybody see that? Well, I forgot what the commercial was for that. It was pretty funny. I am my own father, or whatever it was interesting. Yeah. Okay. Just 30 seconds left. Hope everybody enjoyed the build. Thank you everybody for hanging out. DoorDash. Oh, that's right. It was DoorDash. I got a DoorDash. I got to figure out what I'm going to DoorDash for dinner. I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, here we go. 64,705 follows. 14 seconds left, guys. I'm going to check my text, see what she said. Dragon Reborn 813. Dragon Reborn 813 is going to be our raid target tonight. I don't know anything about what he's doing, who he is. But yeah, that's who we're going to raid tonight. Okay, winner is being picked here very shortly. For Miss Blondie but Geeky. Okay, winner is... We're waiting. Okay, I'll pick the winner. The winner is Late Escape. Late Escape over on Twitch. Late Escape, congratulations. You won a Ryzen 5 5600X. Congratulations, Late. Okay, guys, that is it for another amazing episode of Robeytech. I hope you guys had a great time. I super appreciated showing you this new case. We are back on Wednesday for another amazing build, 5900X. We got all sorts. It's going to be, I think it's in a Fantex. I think it's in a Fantex case. We're going to be, we can talk about the comparisons between the two. Should be a lot of fun and should be a good time. Let me go ahead and we're going to raid Dragonborn. So please stick around if you wouldn't mind. Love to just make somebody's day a little bit special. If you're over at youtube.com/Robeytech or twitch.tv/Newegg, super appreciate you being here. 13. Okay, here we go. She is playing Rust, or he is playing Rust. Get ready. He's got 3 people. We're going to raid him and make his day awesome. Is anybody raiding? Wait, what happened here? Did you guys get the raid option? 0? Did anybody get a raid option? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Here we go. Dragon. Okay, we're gonna try this again, guys. Dragonborn 813. Okay, here we go. He's got 3 people trying this again. Why is it not letting him raid? Okay, I'm gonna hit raid anyway. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Did it raid him? There he goes. It's raiding him. Go crazy. Bye, guys. Outside of that, thank you for everybody and have a good night.